Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel video. In this channel you'll learn English story. If you watch the video, please subscribe, like and share my YouTube channel video. Story: The Lazy Man Who Always Failed. In a narrow alley at the edge of an old city lived a man named Rashid. The stone walls around his home were cracked, darkened by years of rain and neglect, just like his life. People passed him every day without noticing, stepping over the same broken stairs where he often slept. Rashid was not born poor, nor was he cursed by fate. His greatest enemy was something far more silent and dangerous: his own laziness. As a child, Rashid was no different from others. He laughed easily, dreamed big, and spoke proudly of the future. One day, "I will be rich," he would say. "I will live in a big house and wear fine clothes." His eyes would shine with hope, but when it came time to work toward those dreams, Rashid always found an excuse. His father was a hard-working carpenter. From sunrise to sunset, his hands shaped wood into doors, chairs, and tables. He tried many times to teach Rashid the skill. "Learn this," his father said gently. "Skill is wealth no one can steal." But Rashid hated effort. His hands ached after a few minutes, and his mind wandered. "I'll learn tomorrow," he said every day. Tomorrow never came. Dreams without discipline. When Rashid grew older, opportunities came knocking at his door, quietly, patiently. A neighbor offered him work at a shop. A friend invited him to learn a trade. Even his uncle promised to help him start a small business. Each time, Rashid smiled and nodded. "Yes, I will come," he said. But when morning arrived, Rashid stayed in bed. The warmth of sleep felt better than responsibility. The comfort of waiting felt easier than the pain of trying. He believed luck would save him. "Why struggle?" he thought. "If it is meant for me, it will come on its own." While others woke before dawn, Rashid slept. While others worked with tired hands, Rashid waited for miracles. And life moved on without him. Watching others rise, years passed like falling leaves. Rashid watched his friends change. The boy who once borrowed money from him now owned a shop. Another became a respected worker, supporting his family with pride. They had failed too, but they had stood up again. Rashid, however, remained the same. Whenever he saw their success, a fire burned inside him, not of motivation, but of jealousy. "They are lucky," he muttered. "They had help. I didn't." But deep inside, a quiet voice whispered the truth. "They worked. You waited." Rashid silenced that voice with excuses. The illusion of waiting. Rashid believed waiting was wisdom. He thought patience meant doing nothing. He confused rest with escape and comfort with peace. Days turned into weeks, weeks into years. His father passed away one winter, leaving Rashid alone with regret. Standing by the grave, Rashid promised himself he would change. "I will work," he said. "I will not waste my life." But promises without action are just words carried by the wind. A few days later, he returned to his old habits. Hunger and humiliation soon. Money disappeared. Rashid sold his furniture, then his clothes. Hunger became his daily companion. Pride turned into shame. One evening, rain poured heavily as Rashid sat on the cold stone steps outside his home. His clothes were torn, his face unshaven, his eyes empty. A kind old woman passed by and offered him bread. "Why do you live like this?" she asked gently. Rashid shrugged. "Life is cruel," he replied. She looked at him carefully and said words that struck deeper than hunger. "Life is not cruel. It only reflects who we choose to be." She walked away, leaving Rashid with the bread and the truth. The moment of realization that night, Rashid could not sleep. His mind replayed every missed chance, every lazy morning, every excuse. He finally understood something painful. Luck did not abandon him. People did not betray him. The world did not conspire against him. He had abandoned himself. Tears filled his eyes as he whispered, "My enemy was never fate. It was me." A second chance, almost missed. The next morning, Rashid saw a man struggling to lift heavy boxes at a nearby market. For a moment, Rashid walked past him. Then he stopped. For the first time in years, Rashid chose discomfort over comfort. "Let me help," he said. The work was hard. His muscles burned. His hands shook. But when the man paid him a few coins, Rashid felt something new, self-respect. It was small. It was painful. But it was real. Slow steps forward. Rashid began working daily at the market. Some days he wanted to quit. Many times, laziness knocked loudly at his door. But now, Rashid recognized it. "No," he said, "you ruined enough." Progress was slow. Failures still came. But this time, Rashid stood up again. He learned that success is not magic. It is built with tired hands and stubborn hope. The lesson written in stone. Years later, Rashid still wasn't rich. He didn't live in a grand house. But he no longer slept on cold steps. More importantly, he had peace. Sometimes, he sat where he once wasted his life and watched others pass by. When young men spoke of dreams without effort, Rashid smiled sadly. He knew the truth now. Dreams without work are just illusions. Final message: Rashid's story is not about poverty. It is not about bad luck. It is about a man who waited for miracles while others created them. In the end, his biggest enemy wasn't fate, failure, or society, it was his own laziness. And his greatest victory came the day he finally chose effort over comfort.